good grief. All right, this is not, my computer's not cooperating, so I just need another moment. Let's see, go here, go there. Now try it again. Apologize, everybody. There, that's better. There are times when my computer seems to have a mind of its own. All right. Good morning, everyone. This is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. You can go to my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net, and there you can see more about me. You can see when I have classes and any other events that I may be holding. You can see our products. You can place an order. You could sign up to have a party. We call those workshops, but basically to get together with family and or friends to make some things, and gives you an opportunity to earn some free items. If you are interested in being a demonstrator, joining my team, you also can sign up through my website. Any questions about any of these things, please reach out to me. I'll be happy to help you. Right now, we have a couple of things going on. Obviously, our annual catalog is still that's still active. Our mini catalog went active at the beginning of this month, and that you can order things from there until the end of December, maybe very beginning of January. And right now, through July and August, we are having our Sale-A-Bration. So because some of these different things are happening, we do have some extra special things, it can be extra special, or some special things that are extra to our ordinary. Okay, if you sign up to be a demonstrator during Sale-A-Bration, you can also earn this. One of the things that you would be given, in addition to being able to choose $125 worth of items for $99, you would get the Making Plans collection, which includes a planner, some notebooks, and a stamp set. Okay, and they have different things in the planner, stickers, things like that, just to help you get organized. Okay, so there's that. If you and during Sale-A-Bration, what happens is for every $50 you spend in one or both of the catalogs, it can be one catalog, it could be the other, it could be a combination. Every $50 spent, you can get a free item. One of the things, unfortunately, is already no longer available because they don't. It's as long as they last. And unfortunately, the pool party and soft seafoam cards and envelopes are no longer available. But for $50, you could choose Happiest Hippo stamp set or Happiest Hippo dies. So they're $50 each. This beautiful Rings of Love paper and the stylish sketches, or this silver and gold and white paper. If you spend $100 or more, you could choose a couple of those, or you could choose the amazing phrasing. You could get the tree lot dies. This coordinates with the Trees for Sale stamp set in the mini catalog, but does stand alone, so you don't necessarily have to get the stamp set unless you want it. And right now, the stamps, I believe, is not available. They had to order more, but you could still get this. And then also for $100, you can choose this stamp set that comes along with this paper. Okay. If you host a party and get at least $300 in orders, you will automatically be given the Perfect Pomegranate set. All right. So there's just some things really to think about. This catalog has Christmas in it. Okay, Christmas items. It also has some fall items, Halloween, and some other fall things. Okay, so just a lot to choose from. Okay, so you're not really limited by anything other than how much you want to spend. So, all right, this week I'm going to be focusing on the July 2022 paper pumpkin. And I'm going to open this just to show you. It does come wrapped in plastic to kind of keeps everything together. So, you know, if it gets banged up, because sometimes it does get banged up, nothing's going to come flying out. And then it has your address. I shouldn't have had that showing on the top. Okay, and that's separate, so you can get rid of that. And then you can recycle these either in regular recycling, or I use them to, if I'm going to give gifts to someone of cards, I will reuse these. Okay, and some of them are fancy, some are fancier in different colors. This is the main color of them. All right, so those of you that are new to Paper Pumpkin, it's a kit that comes to your house if you sign up for a regular subscription once a month. Okay, and the price, you know what, they changed the price recently, and I always forget exactly what the new price is. One second, I might be able to tell you if I look really quickly here, and I apologize, I should have had that right available here, and I don't see it. It's like, oh, here it is. Does it say? Does it say? Yes, right here. It's $22.50 a month. So, oh wait, I'm sorry. It's $23.50 a month. Pay as you go. So each month you can sign up. So each month they would charge that to your account, and that includes shipping. Also, there's no extra cost for shipping. There is, if you're someplace where they charge tax, then it would be plus tax. Okay, you can get some prepaid subscriptions for 1 month if you wanted to try it out for $22.50. A 3-month one is $67.50, and the 6-month one is $122.50. With that, you save $1 per month. If you get the 12-month subscription, which is $235, you end up paying actually the price of 11, but you get 12. So it's like buying 11 and getting one free. If you get at least the 3-month prepaid subscription, that would automatically, then you get to choose an item from the Sale-A-Bration catalog. Okay, 6 months, it would be 2, and the 12-month one would be 4. Okay, but just so you know, there's some things. So if you wanted to try it out, if you get the 3-month one, you also get a free item, okay, from the Sale-A-Bration. So just something to think about. I will put in the comments a direct link to Paper Pumpkin here later. Okay, so this month it's called Sending Good Thoughts. Okay, so when it comes, this is how it comes. On the top, they give you a stamping spot. The color this month is Bermuda Bay. They give you a stamp set, and this is the stamp set here. And I did, because we get 2 here between me and my sister, and here they are stamped out. All right, you get this ship. You get these dots, which could even be, you could use them just like water, or you could use it like maybe like a fishing net. Okay, it also has the seahorse, the seagrass, these stars, and it's got this kind of like message in a bottle type thing. It says, wishing you all the best, thinking of you, can't wait to see you, and sending good thoughts. So those are all the sentiments included. Okay, and just this is the Bermuda Bay that I stamped that in. Okay, so you get that. And then here they also always put a flyer in. And if there's something going on, like right now Sale-A-Bration's going on, so they mention that. And they also show you what the next month's Paper Pumpkin is. And it's going to be about sunflowers, and you get a free gift in that. Okay, they do have some pre-printed die cut pieces and some fun embellishments. And for this one, you're going to get 2 stamp-in spots. to use with, because it had some two-step stamping, and they wanted you to be able to do 2 different colors. Okay, so then you see we get down to this, and I try to I tip it out usually to try not to lift it, because when I lift it, it ends up ripping, and I like to be able to maybe reuse it if I want to. Okay, so put that back in the box now. Grab this here. And you see this is a plastic, all in plastic here to keep everything, make sure that everything you need is there and doesn't like fly away. Okay, so this month we got some baker's twine that's kind of like a grayish. It this actually could be either, it may be gray granite, or it could be Sahara sand. It's one of those colors. You get some glue dots, and we get some dimensionals. Okay, then you're gonna get, there's enough to make 9 cards. So sometimes the envelopes are different. These are all the same. They're this beautiful, it's similar to Balmy Blue, but it's a little bit lighter. Okay, and Balmy Blue is one of the, or almost could be almost pool party-ish, but lighter too. But anyway, the colors that they recommend as coordinating colors are Balmy Blue, Fresh Freesia, Basic Gray, if I can get a hold of it here, Bermuda Bay, Poppy Parade, and Pacific Point. So those are the colors that they recommend. You may, but you can choose whatever colors you want, and you may just say, well, what other color might go with this? I already kind of mentioned possibly Pool Party. Let me just see if I can grab a Pool Party. I should have thought it earlier. Pool Party is a little darker. Okay, and then I thought of something else too. Wait, where is it? It says right here. Coastal Cabana also is, it's darker than that, but it's lighter than the, if I can get a hold of it here, than the Bermuda Bay. So these 3 can all be kind of complementary colors if you wanted. See, the Balmy Blue is a little, these have a little bit of green in it. This doesn't so much. But those 3 colors could all really go together. And I can even put this, see, that'll go, see? So they do work together if you wanted to change it up a little bit. Okay? And then we get 3 each of 3 different color card bases. We get Fresh Freesia, Basic Gray, and Bermuda Bay. All right? And then they have some different die cut things. Where did I, oh, here. Are they here? I know there's more. Wait, what did I missed here? Oh yes, this is it. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my mind. This is like an overlay. We have 3 different overlays. There's this one. And this, it's hard to see. There is a little bit of like embossing on the ends. This is embossed. I don't know how well it shows up on the camera. There's some clouds up here, and here's like waves of the ocean. Okay, and then here is just some waves on there. So again, I'm not sure how well they may show up. Let me see. Try and look on my, oh, if I do it like this, the light catches it a little better. Let me try with this one also. Have to wait a second because my computer's behind. So you can see just a little bit. Let me turn it upside down. Maybe you can see the wave type stuff on the bottom. Is that a little better? Yeah, there. Okay, and then this is almost like slabs of wood. It's harder to see this one. Maybe let me try it this way. And I don't know how you can see, but like here on the ends, it's not just a different color. It's you can feel it. It's like raised. Okay, and then it gives us, you have 3 different these, and so you get some banners. We get, these are like little labels, and They do have a little hole punched in the end of these. Okay. Then you get 3 sizes of bottles. This size, this size. Now this one's taller, this one's a little bit wider. And obviously this is the smallest of them. Okay. Whoops, they jumped out of my hands there. All right. So a lot of times what I do is I will just punch them out and then I put them in some plastic bags. And then we have 4 of these round labels. Here's another one of these. Is that the same size? It is. So we get an extra one of those. And then, so they gave us, sometimes like this, you get a few extras of things. Like there's 3 cards. If you did it the way that they showed, there'd be 3 cards that you would make using these, but you have an extra one for another project. And then these, I'm just going to punch one out. A lot of times I'll put 3 together like you saw, but because of the seaweed or whatever, the sea plants here, they like to catch on each other. Ask me how I know. I already really punched everything out with the other kit I have, but I want you to be able to see it here. If I can get a hold of it anyway. And really, if you wanted, you could use, this could, oh, except that I bent it back there. See, these could almost be like used as a mask if you wanted, okay, to add a little bit of extra. And maybe maybe when I do my alternates tomorrow, I may try something with that. But again, you get 3 of those. So, okay, so I'm going to put those to the side. And then the next thing that we get is the instructions. Okay, so on the front it shows you the cards made up the way that they suggest. Okay, on the very back it shows you everything that's included in the kit. And down here it lists the coordinating colors. Over here it shows some alternate projects. You could try, copying those, but just make your own. You don't have to necessarily copy what's there. This, if you go to this QR code, it's supposed to take you to a detailed instructions for the kit. Okay, down here, do more of this month's kit, and this down here is supposed to be a list of coordinating projects. Now, I haven't looked at any of those. I just kind of go my own way here for that kind of stuff. But so then when you first open it up, down here at the bottom, it shows you what you need for each, to put together each card. Okay, so this is all for that card, this is for that one, and this is for this one. Then here it shows you in pictures, step by step, how you put each of those together to look the way that they do it. So usually this is what I do now, is I usually will follow their direction just so you can see it the way that, the way that they suggest. So for the first card, we need, it's going to be gray, basic gray, and this overlay or layer or whatever you want to call it. Okay, and then we're also going to have, put them here, the smaller bottle, and this, hope if I can get a hold of it, one of these, kind of stuck together there because I punched them out together, and this. Okay, so I think I've got everything, and then you will use some of this. All right, and here it tells you they recommend 9 inches. You can have it longer or shorter depending on what you like. And just to show you along the side here, this is a little ruler, and I will cut this just to, a lot of times I don't. I just kind of leave it on the roll and go the way that the spirit moves me, as the case may be. All right, so then it's recommended that the first thing you do, oh, and one other thing I forgot this. It is recommended that the first thing you do is stamp. Now, the stamps that we have, and I've already put all the stamps on to our clear, acrylic blocks here. Suddenly my mind went blank. What did I put them on? It is recommended to get, so you can get a better impression with your clear stamps, to use something underneath that's got just a little give. Okay, and this is our Stampin' Pierce mat. Okay, you can, if you're doing some paper piercing, you can use this. And when you're stamping your clear, such a hard word, clear stamps, you can use that. All right, if you don't have one of these, and you can order one, or you can even use something that you may already have at home. You could use even like this is a little thicker than most mouse pads, but a mouse pad would work. If you have a magazine, you could use that. Just something to give you a little bit of thickness, and it's got a little bit of like resistance, but also it's a little bit soft. I have seen some people have even used this underneath, and seems to help them get a better, I prefer this to the chipboard, but everybody's a little different, okay, with what you might want to do. So now what did I do? It's this one, right? Yeah, the little one, this. Okay, and I just had it here, and then I moved everything. All right, these are the three. So I'm putting down just a piece of scrap paper here, especially like, because how they recommend is that they're showing like the dots, and that they would have you put it here and here. So you're going to kind of be stamping off. So you want something underneath so you're not making a mess of your work surface. Now, when you first get Paper Pumpkin, they will provide you with a block, okay? And that's about the same. This really is the same size as, we have some ergonomic blocks in the catalog. They're the same size as this. And the majority of the time, your stamps, they make the stamps so that they can fit on there. I have to say this, it seemed like lately, or there was one that just barely fit, something like that. So I like having these others and having a few of them. I like that they've got the finger groove, so I really can get a little better grip, although it doesn't mean I never like have it slip out of my fingers, but it does help. The other thing I like is when I do the Paper Pumpkin, is then instead of like putting them on and taking them off, I usually do grab the different blocks and put each stamp on them so they're ready to go, to save a little bit of time. I don't usually use this. I usually use the bigger one, but I just wanted to show you because I haven't opened one of these in a long time. Usually if you take, now these are real tiny ones. These are paper snips that we have available for purchase. And if you just run it right along here where you can then open it, and it will just open like that. And if you want to open the back, you can, and then it lifts off, or you can leave it like this, like a hinge. Okay. And this one, I put it on a smaller block, but because this is smaller, I always have the bigger on the bottom. So if I had my regular one, I would tap this onto my regular, but because I'm showing you this, I'm going to put the littler one. Okay, so just some light tapping. All right, and then they just show that one is like here. Hope I rocked it a little, so it's a little bit messy. I didn't mean to rock it. I'm not sure why that happened, but. And then another one down here. Okay. So it doesn't really matter. You can have it. It doesn't need to be perfect. All right. Then, and here are recommending that you put the message in about the message there. And sometimes I want to make sure, because I did do it once, but yeah, see that for some reason that was not inking up well, so I just wanted to see if I can ink it up a little better. Not sure. And that, let me try my big one, because for some reason this is not giving me, it's like beating up on there. I don't know why. Let me just wipe it off with, you can use a baby wipe, or you can buy, we do have the chamois. So one thing with baby wipes is you do want to just be a little careful, because sometimes they can leave lint behind. So let me try this again on here. It may not matter that much, but wow. I did it a little while when I did it with this. Let me just see if it makes a difference. Oh, I didn't. Oh, great. That got in the way, so I'll move that over there. Just have to use the back of it. That is a little better. Anyway, so what they're recommending, and they have like the, oops, and look, I got this on the edge, so you want to be a little careful there. Sometimes I'm not paying enough attention. There. And then they have like the scrolly side up. You just put it like this. There. Okay. And then I'm going to put this upside down since I stamped by accident on the end there. What they're saying, can't wait to see you, is the one that they recommended. Here it is. Here's this one. And because they gave you just the one color, they are, well, here, wait, let me make sure. Yep. Slight tapping, because if you do it too, I'm going to put this, actually, I have to put it here so I can really see where I'm lining it up. Can't wait to see you, and hopefully I got that. No, not bad. I was afraid maybe, because I have to look kind of over the camera. Okay. Let me just try one other thing with this and see if it will end up doing it a little better by kind of, so let me see, where's that one? Will it, so I'm just trying to think, if you have this and it happens, yeah, it's better when you do that. So I just kind of tapped off some excess. I don't know if that's what it was. Let me just try one other thing here with an old gift card. Maybe a little better too. Sometimes it beads up on the top, and the gift card can help smooth it out. Yeah, that's better. So if you have that and it's happening, try what I just, either the things or both of the things I just did, okay, because it definitely helped. It made a difference. Okay, so if you were just had the one, obviously you're gonna clean this, whether you use the chamois, we have a couple kinds of cleaners. We have a Stampin' Scrub, or if you use the baby wipe, you're going to want to clean off your stamps after each one, okay? So, all right, so then what they did was, I just want to, so then they made like a little collage on here. Now what they put this on. Sometimes I put everything together before I put this on, and sometimes I do not. They recommended that this would have the dimensionals, that you'd put one on each corner, one in each corner, and one in the middle. And then you just take off the, come on, it's sticking. Sometimes you can just do it with your fingers. Sometimes they don't want to come off for whatever reason. And then you might want to use, if you have a take your pick tool or some here it is, this take your picture. I have a couple of them and I only have one right here because I was doing some classes. Apparently everything's not back here, and I've had a lot going on, so my craft room once again is not in the greatest shape. But now this, you're going to just want to try and center it. So just, okay, like that. Then the next thing is going to be, this is what they recommended how to put this on. To take these little tiny glue dots, okay, and put them like one here. Just trying to get an idea of where they put them. Maybe one about there. And maybe one, anyway, if you want a couple more, like over here and here, you could also do that. They recommended just the 3. So I kind of put one in the center and one, as you can see it, kind of out from that. Where's my garbage? Right there. All right, so then this, and then they have this, so they put it on this. And they go just kind of like this. Okay, I kind of jumped ahead. They did this one next. They put this through. I just had it. Oh my goodness gracious. Did I knock it on the floor? Oh, here it is. And they just recommend putting this through. If I can get a hold of it. And then, there's that. And then they wrapped it. And they wrapped it around this bottle neck. Kind of like this. And did a little bow. Okay, kind of, I don't know if you can see it here. I'm sorry, I got it too close to myself. I wrapped it, put it through here, wrapped it around there. Then make a little bow that way. Tie this around this way, there. So there's that. And it just says, can't wait to see you. And I maybe have that a little, they may have put it the other way. Yeah, they did. Doesn't matter. You can put it whatever way you want. I'm just going to do this. Let me see, pull these down a little more. Okay, and then they recommended putting this on. They just had one glue dot like here. I'm going to put it more like this, and I'm going to put one, I don't know why they didn't put one at the bottom. They didn't, but I'm going to. So you can do what they suggest. This could be down flat, so you could do just the small ones, or you could add it to, you could do it with your glue, whatever you like to do for your adhesive, okay? I'm doing time-wise a little bit behind maybe where I wanted to be, but that's okay. I did talk a lot at the beginning before we got started, and I'm always kind of torn. How much do I talk about what's going on, and how much, how quick is it? How is that, or is it that I should jump right into just making? So this one they put kind of over this way, just a little, about there. And then this one, now, because I stamped it on the back, this one goes this way. And what I think I'm going to do on here is just put a little bit. I don't want this to move because there, it may not move too much actually, now that I just didn't want people to see that I'd made that mistake on the back, but the way I tied it, they're not going to be able to. So there's that. Okay, so actually, I don't know if I can move this over. I want it over a little bit if I can pick it up. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. Just a smidge more over. Okay, it says, can't wait to see you. And I might actually put a little bit, I like it like that kind of, so I might just do this. If I can put one of these like right, I should have done it before, I guess. Is that going to be, if I do it like that, I just want it on the edge here, just to grab it so that, just kind of want it to, so that it's not getting in the way when I try to close the card. Okay, right there. If you wanted, you could put a little dimensional under here to help hold that up. You can make these a little bigger if you want. You can trim those down. Like this side, I might trim down just a little because it feels a little long. Okay, just like that. So there's the first one. And then you can just stamp whatever you want on the inside or just handwrite a note. You know, it's whatever you want. All right, so there's that one, the first one. I hope I'm not making these look harder than they are, because they really aren't difficult. And if you're a beginning stamper, this is a good way to really get into making your own cards, and can be like a starting point, jumping off point, whatever you want to say, for other projects too, beyond cards. So, all right. So for this one to stamp, once again, we're gonna use this. They said, wishing you all the best. This and, oh, that's it. And then we have this. Oh, and the other thing we're gonna stamp is the seagrass. So this is what they did, okay? You're gonna get the right one here. This is the medium-sized bottle. Hope I got that right. Yes, medium-sized bottle. All right, so to stamp on here, what they did was, and again, they are stamping everything with Bermuda Bay, but you could do whatever color you want. If you have other colors, why not, right? So let me see here. Make sure you can see this. I'm gonna, hopefully well, I could have maybe, I don't know that it was inked up the best, but that's good. That'll be all right. Then on this, they stamped this over this just to give it a little, you can stamp it however you want. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then one of the circles, we did, so glad that I stamped these earlier. Okay. Wishing you, and one of the things with a circle, just try and get it in, about in the middle. Because even if when you pick it up, it's like this, it's a circle, you turn it, it's the same, so it doesn't matter. It's not like it had corners or something like that you would be thinking like, oh my gosh. Okay, and then this one also has, where's the other one? This one. Okay, and for this, they also said 9. So I'll just show you this is how I usually do it. I don't necessarily cut it. I don't know if this is really the right one, but this is it. Okay, so a lot of times this is what I do. I'll just hold it about where I think, and they wrapped it around a couple times. Wait, I'm going to want that a little longer, so I'm going to start a little longer. Because whether I cut it ahead of time or not, I still may decide, I want that a little longer. And then, so they brought it around, and then they just knotted it. So see, in my case, I don't mind leaving it hooked on here. You can cut it off, okay? I just wanted to show you this is how I do it most of the time. And sometimes I use exactly what they say, and sometimes it's a little more, sometimes it's a little less. Okay, so I'm just going to do, whoop, if I can get a hold of it, a knot here. Okay, and then pull this over just a little bit. Well, I guess it's, can maybe work it over. All right, that's good enough. And then just going to trim it. And that one is a little longer than it needed to be, but there we go. So there's that. And this, they also recommended, and these two, they recommended these two with glue dots and these with, these two with glue dots and those two with dimensionals. If you don't have a pokey thing, let me just show you. You can even use like your scissor tip. Okay, whoop, get it on there correctly. And they showed 4 of these on here. Okay. But you can put as much or as few on as you like. If you don't want to use the glue dots and you just want to put a little dot of glue on, you can also do that, okay? It's really whatever you decide how you best like to do it. It's not rocket science. You don't need to... Well, actually, before I take those all off, then this one, they did it like this. There, whoops. And then like this. Whoop. It's trying to get away from me. There. Ah, there. There's that. On here, they did... Oh, I didn't put any on here. They also put these, on this, they just put, no, they did put dimensionals. Okay. So again, 5 dimensionals, 1 in the center, 1 in each corner. If you didn't want it popped up, you could just use whatever adhesive you have or even the glue dots they give you. Part of it is they try that you don't need to really have much other than maybe the scissors to do this yourself. So you don't need a lot of supplies, and but you can always add from, if you already have some stamping supplies, you can always add. Okay. All right, so that went there. Then let me get these all off here. In some ways, this is that takes the longest getting these off. Come on, let go. There. So basically, if you, which I kind of did, but I'm half prepping it all and half doing it, but if you stamp everything and you put whatever adhesive they recommend on the back, tie this around if that's what they're recommending. And there. For some reason, this there does not want to. Anyway, so this is, they have this about like this. Then this and this have, so that's how they did that. They put 1 in the center here. Oh, and they also have a seahorse. Okay, the red seahorse. I will get that. And then they put 3 on here. You can put more, you can put less. It's just whatever you think, whatever you like. Okay. This. Okay. And the seahorse. Where did I put the seahorse? He's right here. And this one, they used one of the, because he's kind of small, they used one of these edge pieces, or you can even cut in half one of the regular sizes, because see, that's a little bit bigger than half of one, but a whole one would have been a little big on there. Okay, so this is what they did. They did that. They put, well, this one must be next. Did I take off all the, no, I just took off, I took 2 off. I didn't take the other 2 off. 1, 2, they did that. They have this one here. Oh, wait, there's one stuck on, back on there. Ah, this is kind of about like that. Then they did, the seahorse, then they put, let me think, maybe this guy's next. This is kind of like here. And you could have stamped him more. They stamped him more, I realized. I just did the one stamp. They did a bunch. He's like over here. And this they put like that. Ta-da! And then these you can kind of, if you want, you could even bring them down just under like that if you want. Okay, so there's the second one. And let me get moving here on the third one. And this one, use this bottle. It has the water in it. We're going to need the ship and sending you good thoughts, which is the bigger one of these. Sending, whoop, nope, wait. Yes, sending good thoughts. Now I did do this on the bigger one. Let me just see. For on here, it would fit. You have to, it's really tight this way. If you do it diagonally, it's going to fit. Okay. So, and for that, they did it on here. So let me get the stamping done first. So, and this is going to be, make sure I've got it the right way. Sending good thoughts. And then the ship. Now this I really want to pay attention because I want to make sure, you want some of the blue showing underneath, but you want it down a little so that it really looks like it's in the water, not like floating above the water. See? And if it was in the, you might even be able to see some of the hull, you know, under the water, like, or at least it would be darker there. All right, and then they have this guy. And how they did him was they put, now is that everything I need to stamp? That is. I'm going to close this up before I stick my fingers in it. And then, oh, here it is. So once again, okay, I see what they did. Once again, they did this. They popped this up. And again, 5 of them. And then they took, I just had it, where did I put it? Right here. They took this and they just wrapped this around. And it's down here more. So it's down here. They wrapped this around. Like this. And tied it in a bow over here. So, and they did tell you to cut 21 inches. I don't know that I'm using 21 inches, but they just wrapped it around once actually. So I'm just going to do it this way. If I can get a hold of the end of this, it wants to, here we go, like this. And so what I do, there's a couple things. You can put your finger, if you put your one of your fingers on where it crosses over. Actually, what I might do, sometimes I get it all set first and then I put it down. Oh, of course, I'm gonna be all thumbs right here. I know I can do it because I've done it before, doing it this way. A lot of times I also, okay, I'll get a hold of that. I'm all thumbs right now. Oh, and of course it's not here. I have, oh yes it is, it's right here. I also got this, I found this is such a handy tool. It's like it's a tweezer, but it's like when you let go of it, it's closed. So because I don't want to take up any more time, I have been able at times to put one of my fingers down and tie it around. Today that's not working. So I'm just going to hold that. Whoop, maybe. No, because I'm trying to hurry. I'm making a mess of this bow. Let me try one more time. Take a breath. Slow down, because in the long run, going fast will make it take longer, so it's slower. Maybe I'll turn it this way. because for some reason this is really giving me a hard time today because I'm on camera, most likely. Okay. And let go of this. It's a little bit looser than I originally wanted it, but it's okay. Because the thing that you can do too, I'll just show you. First of all, I want this, I'm going to trim this down, trim this off. Okay, first of all, I want this over this way a little more. So that gives, having the extra makes it just a little easier to move it. Okay. And then I want these this part a little smaller. All right. And then what you can do if you want, because this then is going to go on the front, you could even, if it's a little bit, if you want it, it's a little loose, you could even put either one of these, or you could put another dimensional in it just to help hold it down. Whoop, maybe if I can get a hold of the I wanted to stick to my finger instead of there. Where's the dimensionals? I'm just going to do, actually I'm going to do one of the edges here. See if that will work for me. I'm just going to put that right there. So it kind of, it helps hold it in place, but also takes up some of that slack. Okay, get these all off. Maybe that one doesn't want to come off. Where is it? Oh, I've taken it from the wrong side, that's why. Okay, now this is going to go, and then this is going to go, this one they put dimensionals, and this one they just did it along the bottom. Oh, I see, because it goes over the, make sure that's the bottom. Yep, 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh, come on. There's my, where my other one? Pokey tool of some kind. Okay. This is going to go here, like this. Actually, I want this, has to go. Okay, it's going to go just like, if I can get a hold of it. There, like that. And on here, they put, I can see, they did put all of the glue dots. So they put one here, and then one in each of these little corner, or kind of corners. These are not hard, and I always feel like I end up making it look hard. But it's because I think sometimes I just feel like I'm all thumbs. I don't know what's going on with that sometimes, but okay. And then this is going to go just like that. This is a little crooked. I don't know if I can move it a little. But anyway, so there we go. There's that. And then the big seagull, if I can find them here. Of course. Well, here's the two little ones. They just had, well, they did each have a little. Okay, I'm just going to show, I'm going to cut this in half. So they put half on each body of this, at the body here. And I just had it. Oh, good grief, Charlie Brown. Did I drop it? Nope. Here's this guy. On him, they put one on his head. And then they put, oh, I'm so frustrated with myself right about now. I'm going to set this down. Anyway, and then they put two of these down here. Oh, it stuck to my finger instead of this here. If I wasn't doing a video, this would have been done lickety split. It just always seems to take longer. So this guy's here. Oh, I see. They put just those flat because this has a dimensional, so that his head is up. This guy is over here. When I find the other seagull, where's mine? Let me just take another one out if I can find it quickly enough here. Would be, yeah, this guy. And the other one will turn up here when I'm done. And he is, they kind of have the one almost in front of the other. I'm putting them a little more apart than how they had them. Okay, so there we go. All right, oh my gosh. Honestly, you'd think that it was rocket science or something by the time I get done with stuff, but it's really not difficult. This one, in one sense, it's a little fussy, what I call fussy, because it's got little, you just got to take your time, little bits here and there, but it's really not hard. Sorry if I made it look hard, because it really is not. Okay, and for the most part, just take your time, okay, and you can just go step by step. Anyway, so tomorrow on my YouTube at 7:30, I will be showing some alternates for these cards, and I hope that you can join me there. It's just under my name, Sonia Ranger, okay, and on Friday, I plan to do, and I'll trim these down too in a little bit. On Friday, I plan to do a fun fold like usual with these. All right, so in a sense, more alternates. But all right, hope everyone has a good week, and until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye.